All right, it's your boy Spankdog, aka Puffinstein at YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Tick the notification bell so you know when I go live and when I upload. And I'm Puffinstein 514 at Twitch and Robert Lopez on Facebook. So we're gonna dive into it, you know what I'm saying? I just got something in the mail, people. Guess what it is? It's my Cash App card. What I was gonna say. But yeah, if anybody wants to help a brother out, you already know it's in the description, you know. Um so we got a few things that I wanted to get to. There's things in the that I want to get to that ain't in the title. So I'm gonna go straight to the Dame Dash thing. You know, Dame Dash had um well actually Nori, who is the host for Drink Champs, had Dame Dash on, and Dame Dash claims that Nori kept trying to get him to take a hit of the Ciroc, you know, and Nori was just like, I was just doing it because, you know, it's one of the brands we mess with. Like, you know, this was at the time, I guess that it was the P Diddy thing wasn't going on, so he was like, why'd you keep trying to get me to take a hit from the Ciroc, the drink from the Ciroc? And Nori told him, he said, yo, look, like he came back at him online in a video and said, look, man, you know, like it wasn't that kind of party, you bugging out, right? So I just seen that Dame Dash responded to that. I definitely want to see what's that about. You know, because literally he was saying that he thought that he put something in the Ciroc and was trying to get him to drink it so he would loosen up and say stuff that he wouldn't normally say. And then Nori responded and was like, "Are you bugging? I wouldn't do no stuff like that." And then this is the response you're gonna see. This is the third video. Yeah, the third video as far as back and forth responses. So we're gonna launch this right now. People are crazy. Like if you see in the title, did I put it? The Almighty Dollar. Oh no, I put the recent collectible books, but the almighty dollar is driving so many crazy, and we're seeing it happen in entertainment. You're seeing literally what money does to people. It does it to me too. It does it to everybody. There's very few people like I've seen Bob Marley go on TV and say F money, you know, and I'm here right now saying it too, F money, and I hold my Cash App card up. I mean, I begged and denounced money at the same time. But let's see what's going on with Dame Dash and Maury. Personally, they both seem alright, you know, but with the Hollywood stuff, you just never know who acts a certain way on the camera and behind closed doors. They're, you know, a creep because they're rich. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this shared real quick, and let's get into it. Let's see what Dame Dash has to say about Nori telling him he didn't poison his drink or put something in his drink, whatever you want to call it. Remember, everything's alleged. Put the volume up.
In them drinks.
I want to see. This is it. They're gonna show you. They're gonna show you right now. Here we go.
But they ain't been coming at me.
I was on drink.
Respect with Dave, but they ain't been coming at me.
I was on Drink Champs, and Nori was so adamant about me drinking Ciroc. So I'm like, what was in them drinks?
I don't want to respond with
Because a man is adamant for you to drink a certain liquor, that doesn't mean that he's trying to poison you. You know, there could have been a lot of other reasons he kept suggesting that drink, but at the same time, if Dame Dash said in his gut he was getting a bad vibe, what could I say? You know what I'm saying? Let's see what they gotta say. Because I already seen Nori. I just told y'all guys he came back and said I wouldn't do nothing like that.
With disrespect, but I gotta let you know that I'm not gonna be disrespected.
Right.
And the fact that you keep taking like these little fake shots, it's corny, bro. Like I have nothing to do with that shit. But at the end of the day, I will respond because if we're supposed to be black and excellent, I've never got paid for not one of these movies that I've done. I've never got.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that he talks about. Because you got to remember too, he's in paid in full. Not for a long time, but he still should have caught like a little stack, maybe 2 stacks back then, for because he was only in the minute. You don't remember in paid in full when the Wood Harris is playing Rich Porter, not Rich, Alpo, not Alpo neither, AZ. He's playing AZ and he's rolling through, and Nori's walking on the sidewalk and he sees him and he goes, you keep doing what you do. You know, he talks about he talks about Cameron's character in the movie about Alpo. He goes, forget what he says, but then also he's in State Property, part 2, I think, not part 1, maybe part 1 and 2, I don't know, but I know he's in one of them. And he's saying, I never asked you for $1 for those little things I did. And that's cool. Listen, let me tell you something. I spit around for somebody at a fight. I did it on the house, you know, and I hadn't had no you know, it's not like I had a lot of recognition at that time anyway. So he was doing me a favor of letting me be seen by 1,500 people. And I said, I'll spit the verse in the octagon on the house. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but Nori's on some like, you know, you're talking like this to me, and I did State Property and paid in full for free, and you acting like we not homies, and now you accusing me of putting something in your drink, you know. And if it's true that if he's keeping it 100 on some, I didn't put nothing in your drink, then you know that's a bad look on Dame's part. But we never know what's going on. I ain't even gonna say it. Let's just keep going.
Pay for one of these soundtracks that I've done. So where is this real CEO shit that you know has been brewing? Like, and I respect you. Like, I do not want to start this off by you know disrespecting the person that I actually respect. But I gotta address you if you addressing me multiple times.
You never paid. You said you never paid him to be in his movies, Nori. It was on live. People asked me the question. You never paid him to be in his movies.
Here's my answer to that.
What? Okay.
I've known Nori. Number one, paid in full. He was in it for 4 seconds, right? And I made that part up. But the bottom line is,
I told you what I told you. I told you the part is dumb small and paid in full. And let me tell you something. If you do something for somebody, it don't matter how long. If he helped you out in the project, you're supposed to bless that man. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. You know, dudes who take advantage of dudes that are trying to come up and they get them to do stuff for free. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If a man, see, like I agreed to do the octagon, the UFC fight. The guy that asked me to do it for him, me and him is 100. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? But like apparently Nori wasn't feeling not getting paid for what he did for him. He said he did soundtracks. He said and I know for sure he did 2 roles, acting roles. Now, I don't want to hear nothing about 4 seconds. Don't say the 4 second thing. 4 seconds should have got paid 4 seconds of what he was worth. You know, but still, let's hear what Dame got to say.
And I made that part up. But the bottom line is, we felt that way. Why he never said it to me? Why does he wait to get on a television?
He shouldn't have had to tell you nothing. You, as a man, should have paid him. Period. That's it. I don't care if it was 2 seconds.
Show to say that if he felt that way. But again, it's ridiculous.
Listen, that's not there. You telling him not only did you not pay him for him doing the favor, now you're accusing him of putting shit in your drinks. You never even drank from it. I'm sorry. Right now, I want to hear what he got to say, but they ain't making sense to me.
He was in it for 4 seconds, right? And I made that part up. But the bottom line is, we felt that way. Why he never said it to me? Why does he wait to get on a television show to say that if he felt that way?
You should have paid him that
But
day.
again, it's ridiculous. If that's all he got on me, that's nuts. But like,
But he was talking about state property too. You're not addressing if you paid him for state property or the music that he was talking about.
So when someone shows up in someone's video,
then not only that, he did stuff for you for free. You just minimized it. You talked about paid in full. You didn't talk about the state property role. You didn't talk about whatever music he was talking about because he said track. So that's music. Now, he didn't talk about the other two things, the track, the other role, and to top it off, you never even sip from the bottle that you're talking about, and you're literally accusing him of doing something over speculation. Speculation is a very not cool thing at times. Be careful with speculation.
do you think, as a friend, you think they charge him?
Nah, they don't do that.
When I made sure that he got his budget because they were robbing him for his marketing budget.
You see, I might be sticking my foot in my mouth right now. That's why you gotta let people talk.
Did I ask for $1?
I didn't know that, bro. Okay, you teaching me that.
He says it. He says it. That I went and
I don't know the rules. Let me tell you something. If I do a song, if I do an acting gig for you and then another acting gig, at least on one of them, you gotta throw me something, whatever. I don't want to hear that. You know, put it like this. Nori wouldn't have brought it up if he wouldn't have been in his head like, you gotta hit people off. He took that for free. You gotta remember, when a man like Dame Dash is trying to make a project, he's trying to cut costs. I guarantee you that. He used Nori to cut costs, period. But at the same time, if you did accept it, you're talking about it later. But let me tell you something. If I'm going to try to cut costs on my project, that don't mean I leave somebody with nothing. If a person comes in to help with the project, maybe I say, yo, could you do it for a special number? But this is me. Remember, I did something for free, but that's fine. I was really okay with it. But I'm just saying, me as a man, if I have somebody do something on my project, if it costs 100, do it for me for 500 so we could get this done and we could blow up. That's different, but like to say everything's on the house and but he's saying that he helped him with his publishing and that he didn't know things about the industry that he put him up on. So I don't know what happened between them. I'm going to stay neutral. I'm Switzerland on this. At first, I was saying Dame sounded off, but I'm going to take that back and I'm going to just keep watching.
I said, just look, I said, because they weren't giving him money for marketing, but I knew how many records he sold. So based on the records he sold, I knew how much they were supposed to give him. So I said, just call me when you there. Don't tell him I'm coming. Call me. Okay. And he called me. I went up there, barked on Leo, barked on Kev. I said, y'all give him Mariah Carey this much. You got to get that man this much. And walked out. And they gave him this much. But at the end of the day.
All right. If that's true, that changes things.
I hate when people have problems with people and they go and say something on TV, but I highly doubt that was a problem, that he didn't get paid for the 4 seconds and paid in full, and for what you call.
There he goes. I told you there was more than just paid in full. Now he's bringing up the other stuff.
Call it. The reason why I even put him, which is really funny to me, but the reason why I even put him in State Property Part 2.
I told you. I knew it was coming.
In the first place is because Jay didn't want me to sign him. Right? And you'll never see a picture with him and Jay or anything had to do with Rockefeller. So I was trying to make it where he was embraced in our Rockefeller family by putting him in the movie. And if he wanted some bread, he could have asked. I don't even remember if he got paid.
You're not supposed to ask. Dame, stop saying that as a businessman. You're not supposed to ask. I'm not saying that if somebody don't hit you and you feel in some sort of way, you're not supposed to step to your business. That is true. But you're not supposed to put that person in a position where he's like, damn, I feel weird asking him. You know what I'm saying?
Paid or not. But if he wanted some, he could have got some. But I know that when I put his records out, his reggaeton records out, and I put all his things that and helped him, I didn't talk to him about money then, and I'm not worried about money now.
No, I saw the interview. He's saying that you cheap shot him with the Mickey shit. Because he's like, he got a drink chances. Is like,
well, how's that a cheap shot? I showed the real shit. But here it is. If Nori has anything that he'd like to say to me, we could talk offline or we could talk online. But I'm not going over there. My issue with
I gotta watch the Drink Champs episode to see if Nori's really like pushing the issue like extra, like it looks weird. You know what I mean? If it looks suspect, then I'm gonna watch the interview. I didn't, because I've seen clips of it, you know, but I never sat down and watched the whole interview with Dame Dash on Drink Champ. But now I am, and I'm gonna watch to see if Nori's doing something that people would consider suspect. Like, yeah, drink it. You know what I mean?
Nori is that when I'm on his show, he asks me everything under the sun about Lior, about anybody and everything. But when Lior was on his show, he wouldn't ask him no questions about me. When I confronted him about it, he was like, because I'm trying to get a deal on YouTube. And I'm like, so you let a white man come at me and then, pause. You're going to ask me every question about that white man because we are black, but you're going to give that man a more respect because
color shouldn't matter. But I know what he's saying. I've heard about Lior for a long time, listening to people. I really know about hip hop like people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And there's people that could compete with me and maybe even top me. But listen, if you know about hip hop, you know on the Cactus album by Third Base, there's a song called The Gas Face. Now, at the end of The Gas Face, they start mentioning people who get the gas face. Because the gas face, they go, oh, right? So they go, Vanilla Ice gets the gas face. And then they go, this person gets the gas face. And at one point, they go, Elroy Cohen gets the gas face. And there's no Elroy Cohen. They were saying Lior, but they were just calling him Elroy. So I've been hearing people being disgruntled or disrespected maybe by Lior Cohen for 3 decades. When did the Cactus album come out? About 20 years ago, 25 years ago? Yeah, about 25 years ago. No, earlier. It's like 30 years old, I think. You know what I'm saying? Let me check while we live, because I always got my stuff set up to rock and roll. In what year was the Cactus album released by Third Base? 1989. Holy cow. 1989, that's 35 years ago. You know, so 35 years ago, I heard people, yo, what's up? Good to meet you, brother. Diggs BTW. How you doing? It's the first time I seen you here. Good to meet you, brother. You can always feel comfortable, brother. I don't know if it's a male or a female, but regardless, I'm glad to have you. So, but yeah,
he had a job at YouTube. And then I didn't like the questions the way, to me, I didn't like that he had Kanye on there while he knew Kanye wasn't in the right frame of mind. And all that shit that fucked Kanye's deals up, he said on Nori's show, which he wouldn't, like if I was around Kanye, I wouldn't have let him go on that show. And if I was around Nori, I'd have said, Nori, why would you put him on there, ask him or have him say shit like that in public? You know that what's going on. So I just felt like I didn't like that. I don't like the fact that there's more things, but that's really my only issues. But even that.
Well, if he's Kanye's man, like let's say Nori is really friends with Kanye, yeah, hell yeah, he should have held him down no matter what. When you're friends with people, like, you know, what Dame's saying is just because, you know, you got your show where people drink and they spill the beans, that don't mean you let a man like Kanye West, you can see he's about to destroy himself, and you let him go on there and do that because it's Drink Champs. And oh well, you know, you're a grown man, you know the show is called Drink Champs. Nah, If I got a brother and he's about to destroy his whole stuff by going on my show drunk, we're gonna figure something out to not let him go on. But I don't know.
Little thing like you didn't pay me for that's whack. But we we'll address it another time.
But Dane, you gotta understand, you're accusing him of putting stuff in your drink. Like you haven't even talked about that.
But I just feel like I didn't like the fact that I brought. There's so many things, so I don't like to do that. So we'll talk.
That was public.
I think that was whack. That was corny.
That was public. He said it publicly. So people asked me. So I'm just answering.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't like that he did that.
Oh.
So I'm like, why would you? He never ever brought that up to me ever in life. I've never heard that. That's the furthest thing that I thought he would ever say.
Because you cheap shot him with the drink.
But I'm saying though, like that was a cheap shot. Like you.
He said you cheap shotted him with the drink thing. You see
again. What was on my mind, I said to him, and why y'all trying to at the show I was saying it.
Oh.
If he felt anything about money, he could have told me that. And all 20 years, he ain't never said a word about it. That's what I'm saying. Why wait on to get on a show? But another thing is, he on his show, he asked questions about me all day long. What I don't understand is why people that talk about people get so mad when someone that they talked about talks about them. I don't understand that.
It's understandable.
What's up, everybody?
Big shout out to Ed Lover
TV. That's right. Forgotten Kings TV. Come on, son.
Come on, son. All right, let me give my homie Ed Lover a big thumbs up, first of all. Y'all already know Forgotten Kings TV. If you like this content, go over there and subscribe.
Let's talk about it, y'all. We got Dame Dash responding to Nori, putting him on blast on Drink Champs.
All right, we're going to skip it because y'all already seen the story. Y'all know what it is. We're going to get to the next issue. All right, there was something else I wanted you guys to see. Yeah, man, like at the end of it all, Dame still never really addressed if he really believed that Nori did that to the drink, and I don't think Nori put nothing in the drink. So at the end of it all, what I think happened, in my opinion, is he was mad at him over something else and just took a cheap shot with what was in that drink. You know what I'm saying? But also nowadays, you got to be careful. So let me tell you something. Right now, if I was somebody that was, politicking with rich people and stuff like that, even if I went to a party with middle class people, whatever, I'm not really trying to drink something unless I poured it myself. Right? All right. So what was the other thing I wanted to get to see? 1 second. All right. There was something. Oh, the Kevin Hart one. This is the one that I wanted you guys to see. Kevin Hart, Chappelle, and Tyler Perry. Yo, I'm telling you, Hollywood's going crazy. That almighty dollar. I'm telling you. Listen, man, I've been grinding and hustling my whole life. And I know something about the almighty dollar. And it will make you go cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Right? So let me share this real quick. Yeah, man, be careful with money, man. Don't betray your loved ones over bread. Be careful with money. Be careful what money makes you do, how it makes you act, all that. Here we go. Here's the video. All right, so here we go, people.
Comfort with Perry's utilization of stereotypes in his work. She expressed through her
is who Tyler Perry is a machine.
Yes.
Right. The business mind, the ability to really change the narrative. The crazy part is, who do you think partners with this black man to do projects now? You watch Oprah do it.
Let me tell you something. Tyler Perry used the gimmick. That getting dressed up like a female, he won the whole world over with the stupidest gimmick. People who watch that crap should be ashamed of themselves, in my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? And not only that, it's a sellout move. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's like if I let's say I told one of y'all, yo, get dressed up like a girl and we go get this money. I don't know. I'll be like, huh? You dress up like a girl and we go get this money. You know what I'm saying? Like Chappelle turned down $50 million over that. Now, Cat Williams says he turned down $50 million 4 times. He says that. I never read that anywhere. You know, I'm not saying he's a liar. I'm just saying that the Chappelle rejection of $50 million was publicized. So you know for sure that Chappelle turned down $50 million for his bride. Chappelle is my guy. Chappelle is my favorite comedian ever. And I'm still not biased.
Watched. Is this you as just a student?
Tyler Perry's empire might be worth billions, but Kevin Hart just exposed a side of him that could end it all.
Tyler Perry's a machine.
Yes.
Hollywood is a world where fame, power, and influence come at a price. But Kevin Hart isn't staying quiet about the darker side of the industry. And when he pointed a finger at Tyler Perry,
Kevin Hart sold out for the money. He said in his stand-up he would never wear a dress, and then he went and wore a dress. Money is powerful.
it sent shockwaves through fans and insiders alike.
Tyler Perry is one of the smartest and he's not smart from a rocket scientist, brilliant, I have all the answers perspective. He's smart from the side of why can't we do that?
Is Tyler Perry really Hollywood's black gatekeeper, as some have claimed? And what's the truth behind the whispers of strange dress rituals and secret deals that stars allegedly go through to rise to the top?
When he says, why can't we do that? Because of pride, bro. I'm not dressing up like a female. I'm a straight man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there is a such thing as like saying no to the almighty buck over. You see, he said no and then said yes because when he started thinking about it, he couldn't say no to the money.
Nobody owned that dress,
right?
But me.
That's right.
Nobody told me. It's a $2 billion franchise. Nobody told me to put it on.
From accusations about black men being pushed into compromising roles to shocking stories.
And his only justification for wearing the dress is money. And then not only that, you're going to see how he went and made that money and he utilizes black stereotypes like you wouldn't believe. But how much of that $2 billion have you thrown back at the black community that you stereotype so often? Tell me that. Tell me when have you been in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Bronzeville, East New York, Chicago, Watts, Compton, and knocking on people's door and saying you don't gotta suffer for a second. You know, but you capitalized off the stereotypes. You got so many black people wearing dresses. It's crazy. Men.
Of manipulation.
I respect Chappelle so much.
And control. Kevin Hart's revelations pull back the curtain on what might be Hollywood's most closely guarded secrets.
The new pope is 9-year-old Oscar nominee Puffinstein Wallace.
Oh,
and it's
man.
not just Kevin Hart. Others in the industry are in questions too, hinting that Tyler Perry might be more than just Hollywood's black gatekeeper.
When I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them. Like, wow, this brother's got to wear a dress.
Could Perry really be part of the secretive and shady rituals that some claim are the cost of fame? Dave Chappelle.
Big shout out to Cat Williams though too. Don't get it twisted. That wasn't a shot at him about saying that we sure that Dave turned down 50, but we don't know. I mean, it's just not certain that he turned down the 50. We got to go by his word. But I don't really not believe the guy who, listen, man, what Cat Williams did for a whole year, the whole 2024, has been an explosion in entertainment that he started. I got respect for Cat Williams.
Chappelle has some pretty strong feelings about Kevin Hart's career lately, and he didn't hold back when he shared them. According to Chappelle, Kevin might be crossing lines he normally wouldn't just to keep climbing the Hollywood ladder, and he thinks Tyler Perry's influence has a lot to do with it. When Kevin found out Chappelle was talking about this publicly, he wasn't exactly thrilled. In fact, he was so upset that he confronted Chappelle about it. Now, everyone's left wondering what's really going on between these two, and if this tension is going to mess up their friendship.
When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
Now, he said protecting my brand is a priority. Y'all see me with the Mancave, Spankdog Mancave, Basement Click. You see me with my channel. You see me closing in on 2,000 subscribers, right? If this compromised my honor, it would be gone. I will not compromise my honor for anything. And I'm dead serious.
Then things really hit the fan when Kevin Hart appeared on TV wearing women's clothes. This caused a major uproar, especially because Kevin had previously made it clear that he wouldn't compromise his principles for fame. He'd even distanced himself from similar moves made by others in Hollywood, so seeing him do this left a lot of people scratching their heads.
I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. You gotta know that you're a brand.
After that, Kevin popped up on another show acting like none of it mattered. His brand, his dignity, everything. This rubbed Chappelle the wrong way big time. See, Chappelle has always been about respecting yourself and calling out how Hollywood mistreats black artists. Watching Kevin shrug it all off didn't sit well with him at all.
Pope Convention is lifting her arms into her...
See, now I'm going to tell you something. It matters, bro. This is the big question. Would you or wouldn't you? Here's the money. They're holding the money in front of your face. Yes or no? Take the money. You don't want to take the money? I put it back in my pocket. Give me. I'll put the dress on. That's not me.
Her signature muscle man pose.
Chappelle didn't just keep his thoughts to himself either. He spilled the tea on how Kevin ended up in this situation. And guess who he pointed the finger at? Tyler Perry. Chappelle claims Tyler's been grooming black artists to fit a certain mold, and a lot of people agree.
There's no animosity there, but there's an awareness of where the void is. So now I take that, I make sure I apply it to mine.
See, look, let me say something too. Look at that right there. So many people talk so much shit about street dudes from the streets. I'm from the streets. I'm proud of it, because I'm not vicious. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good man. People think just because you used to be on the block means that you're some kind of, look, they say Jay-Z used to be hustling or whatever. We're from the same neighborhood. Jay-Z's from Bedford-Stuyvesant. I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant. I'm on Ralph Avenue. He's on Marcy. I was in Marcy Projects the other day. That's big facts. And but my point is that why so accepting of Jay-Z and not of other people that come from that place? I'm not talking rotten is rotten anywhere. If you're in a poor neighborhood and you're rotten and you're evil, you're a piece of crap. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. If you're in a rich neighborhood, it's the same thing. Or you think they don't got grimy people in rich neighborhoods? There's rich dudes out there that are waiting for people to get drunk in the bar so they could, do stuff. It's everywhere. There's good and bad in everything, bro. People need to listen. If this doesn't wake you up and hit you to the fact that people that are poor could be better people than people that are rich, you're blind. It's all happening right in front of you. You see what the almighty dollar does to everybody. Look at the Diddy parties. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you look at people that are homeless. You ever thought that some of those people didn't want to deal with what comes with chasing the almighty buck? Did you ever think that a person became homeless because they didn't want to go through the bullshit that these people go through, wearing dresses for money, getting treated like dirt by people that are financially higher than you? You're not better than me because your finances are higher than me. You know what I'm saying? And people got to stop letting money define their status.
Awareness of where the void is. So now I take that, I make sure I apply it to mine.
According to him, it is Tyler who has been involved in grooming black artists. This belief among people was further intensified when an online user uploaded a video. This individual chose to openly voice her discontent with Tyler Perry's films, highlighting what she believed to be a bias in his work. Taking her critique a step further, she went on to create and share a video on social media, drawing a comparison between Tyler Perry's films and what she considered to be subpar quality. Her criticism.
I'm gonna tell you something too, because I told you the channel's about being righteous. My channel is about humanity, first and foremost, love. You know, people treating each other good. Everything else is an after effect. But what I was gonna say, the thing that got me ready to blow Tyler Perry up is the fact that when they started making money off the shows, he fired his whole cast. Not cast, the people who do the studio work and everything. He fired the writers because he didn't need them no more, and he could replace them with people that would settle for the same low salary that they were getting. They were supposed to come up in value, and instead of letting them come up in value, he ditched them and got a new batch of people that'll take low funds.
Did not stop at this point. The woman claimed that Tyler Perry possesses a fear of white people, asserting that this fear was impacting his creative decisions and choices. Her statements resonated with others, prompting them to express their opinions on Tyler Perry and his body of work.
And they said they loved the script, but they wasn't sure how the film was going to turn out, so they passed.
These videos imply that there might be a hidden truth beneath the surface. The question arises, what could be Tyler Perry's secret that has led some dark-skinned actors to decline working with him? Tyler Perry made a big name for himself, breaking out in Atlanta's theater scene and hitting it big with his Medea movies. But his rise hasn't been without drama. There's even talk that his ego got so big he ended up clashing with.
Yeah, listen, man, like I said, it's very rare that black folks will be mad at a black man for black stereotypes. They really looking at this dude like his skin color is black, but he's and it ain't even about white or black no more, to be honest with you. It's more so rich and poor, and not only that, there's good rich people, you know, but the bad rich people are the ones you really got to watch out for. I'm gonna play it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to drink.
With major players, including Oprah. In Hollywood's cutthroat world, getting ahead sometimes means bending the rules, and Perry seems to know all about that.
When I'm hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television. Before diversity became a thing, Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
After his big success at the box office, Tyler Perry took his talents to TV with House of Pain, which was a major hit, but the drama wasn't far behind. When Perry started working on a spin-off called Meet the Browns, controversy flared up. According to Deadline, Perry fired 4 writers who'd pushed for union contracts, causing quite a stir in the industry. Writer Terry Jackson voiced her frustration, telling Deadline, "We were good enough to create over 100 episodes, but now in the benefits of syndication and spin-offs, he's cutting us loose unless we accept a terrible deal." In response,
now look, I ain't saying it. She is. I'm gonna pause it right there on that part so y'all could read that. So y'all could read that twice, 3 times. Imagine if you're one of the writers on the show. Imagine if you see that the show is a big giant success and then the guy fires you. And you the one that wrote the episodes and he brings in a new writer. Because that writer will take the $30,000 a year that you were getting. And he don't gotta up your salary to $100,000 a year. This guy really did that. Mr. I wear dresses and I'm a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen, I'm gonna tell you something else too. When I don't show you my true colors on YouTube, it's not because I don't want you to see who I really am. It's because YouTube will get mad at me if I let y'all see the part of me that I really want y'all to see sometimes. That's not saying you're not seeing the real me, you're seeing the real me, but sometimes I'd be hollering probably and not, you know, I'd probably be hollering obscenities at some of the stuff I see, you know, and you know, but I gotta play by their rules. They giving me a platform, a channel, so I ain't complaining. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of it's crazy because we deal with the same stuff that they deal, but just on a real basic, smaller level. But you think I want to not be able to express my real, true feelings about people who do this type of shit? Yeah, let it play. Yeah.
In response, Perry doubled down, deciding to take full creative control and write everything himself. But the union clashes didn't stop there. In 2015, SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity banned their members from working on Perry's stage play Medea on the Run because his production company wouldn't agree to union contracts. While Perry's hustle and profit-driven approach have brought him enormous success, his methods have drawn mixed reactions within the entertainment world. Some admire his work ethic, while others see his actions as a disregard for industry standards and fair treatment.
There's a camera on you, baby. There's a camera on me right back behind you. Oh, hello. Praise the Lord. We'd like to tell everybody in Dallas that we are on our way. Thank you.
Following the success of House of Pain and
Didn't even tell a joke right there. Just in his dress. Real funny.
Meet the Browns, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamila Lemieux penned an open letter.
I can't stop laughing. Ha ha ha, man in the dress. Oh, I can't breathe. It was so funny. That black guy in the dress.
Letter to Tyler Perry, published by NPR. In her letter, Lemieux conveyed her
She kills it. She talks about how he uses black stereotypes all the time. You won't even pay black people. He won't pay nobody a good wage. Don't think that he ditched the cast because it was black. The team of workers that were writers and producers. Don't think he ditched them because they were black. He ditched them because they wanted more money. If you white, you could get fired too. It don't matter.
Discomfort with Perry's utilization of stereotypes in his work. She expressed, through her, the country has laughed at one of the most important members of the black community, Mother Dear, the beloved matriarch. I just can't quite get with seeing Mother Dear played by a 6'3" man with prosthetic breasts flopping in the wind. Our mothers and grandmothers deserve much more than that. Heck, our fathers and grandfathers deserve more. Mr. Perry, you have told the Hollywood old guard to kiss your backside, and I appreciate that, brother. But many black folks have expressed some of the very same attitudes about your work that white critics have. Notably, acclaimed film director Spike Lee is among the prominent figures who criticized Tyler Perry for employing stereotypical characters in his work.
Let me tell you something. Spike Lee movies, they're how could you call this? They're what's the word I'm looking for? They're different. Spike Lee movies are different. He has his own style. Like if you watch He Got Game and what's the one with Denzel where he plays the saxophone or the trumpet? Mo Better Blues. If you see all those movies, it has a certain soundtrack, certain feel to it. That's and you know, at first I used to not get it, but he's made quite a few movies I like. There's some that are real horrible. Like I don't know what he was thinking about Chicago. Chicago is horrible, and not because it's a music, it was just because it's horrible. And at that time, there was so much stuff going on in the streets in Chirac, where all the kids were, you know, the kids was banging on each other. You know, if anything, you should have did something on some stop the violence stuff, but where you portrayed it from a street aspect, in my opinion. In Chicago, while the Chirac War was going on, I don't think it was time for you to make a movie called Chicago that was a musical. But other than that, like Do the Right Thing, those are all classics.
Lee is known for openly addressing this concern with Perry.
But I still think there a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money.
Spike Lee continued to assert that due to the production of stereotypical movies, individuals like Tyler Perry were breaking records. From Lee's perspective, the industry could elevate its standards by steering clear of biased and nonsensical films that feature designated one-dimensional characters.
Breaking records, but we could do better.
Tyler Perry's casting and character portrayal choices have become a noticeable point of discussion among viewers, sparking conversations about his business strategy. Some critics argue that Perry often casts dark-skinned actors in villainous roles, while portraying white-skinned individuals as heroes in his movies and shows.
Noticed that.
This perception has triggered debates and discussions within his audience about the representation and portrayal of characters in his work.
Pitiful Black woman being by a no-good, dark-skinned man, and then saved and rescued by the perfect light-skinned man.
During an event, Chris Rock highlighted a recurring theme in Tyler Perry's movies, pointing out the limited portrayal of kind and respectful black-skinned boyfriends in Perry's films.
So I'm not gonna share the whole video. Let me hit a thumbs up. All right, the name of the channel is Urban Pulse. So if y'all guys want to see more stuff like that, head to Urban Pulse. My dude, none of your business. Credits won't earn you credit. It makes folks go wacky, don't it? Remember when I said we were humans? I think he used to do it too. Huh? Love you, brother. Love you, brother. Yeah, hell yeah. Love you too, Nanya. You already know, man. I'm glad my homie's up in here. All right, so let's get to the next thing. There was something else. I'm gonna check this one out real quick, but I don't know if I'm gonna cover it like that. You know, the Mexico US thing, it's getting a little wild, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I got a big heart, bro. I just don't want nobody. If it was up to me, I'd fix every household in the world. Excuse me. If I had the power, I'd wave a magic wand and I'd make everything all right. But this is not the world we live in. You know, actually, I was taught to, you know, not to get hit first, to do the hitting first. You know, my pops used to tell me, if you can tell when somebody's acting too froggy. If you think he's gonna jump, you let him have it. You can't. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not saying, you know, follow my mentality, but that's just how my pops used to tell me, and I don't disagree with it. So, but yeah, man, stuff is messed up, man. People don't know how to treat each other. I would say actually there's more good people than bad, like I said before, but for the people that the Karens out there and the Kevins, and that don't mean that there's only white Karens and Kevins, to the black Karens and Kevins, to the Spanish Karens and Kevins, y'all gotta learn how to be better people, bro. That's it. And until you learn how to be a better person, most of the time karma's coming for you. Look at Diddy. Diddy's the perfect example. Just the other day, he swore nothing was gonna happen. He was closing in on $2 billion. And now his world is upside down. Why? Because you can't do the things he did and it don't come back to bite you in the butt. You know? All right, so let me check this out real quick. All right. See, they're saying that Trump sent missiles to Mexico to bomb the cartels now. That's the headline. I don't know how true this is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna take a peek at it. Watch a little with you guys. If it looks like it's, you know, official content, then I'll leave it. You know? All right, here we go. I don't want the U.S. to get into no beef with Mexico. You know what I'm saying? I don't want. You know, the only reason I'm okay with Ukraine getting at Russia is because, you know, Russia popped on the Ukraine first. So, you know, you got to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hold on a second. Right. Let's get it shaking.
All right. Targets of Donald Trump's ire across the country and around the world are scrambling to prepare for what happens after he retakes office. That includes the mullahs of Iran and, of course, the cartels of Mexico. And with that comes the concern that the cartels will try to use the opportunity between now and Inauguration Day to smuggle as many people as they can across the border. That means the possibility of a surge in smuggling, and that's just people. Don't forget about the drugs.
They're going to push hard right now, the cartels. They know they have to. They have a president coming in that's made it very clear, and based on his track record, he will secure this border. He'll declare it an emergency based on what we've had for the last 4 years.
It was pretty intolerable, and these were conditions that you would wish on your worst enemy.
Missiles, explosions, and a president willing to push all the boundaries to take down some of the world's most dangerous criminal organizations, the cartels. Sounds like a scene from a James Bond movie, right? Well, this isn't.
Listen, man, I don't know what's going on with all these big, everything with the big cartels, the government. Like, that's out of my league. Not like saying intelligent wise, but I'm just saying I'm not there. So I can't tell you what's what. All I could tell you is that I live in the United States. Our president's going to be Trump. And I can only hope that he makes people eat their words, because he's going to be our president. And that's it. You know, I'm not, even though I'm a dude from the streets and I'm for the people, you know, that don't mean that I condone viciousness. You know, I actually am against anything of that nature. And if I know you've done vicious things to people, you are my enemy. You know, that's a fact. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? We could be, you know, it could be like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know, most dudes that be out there, trust me, been out there. Most dudes out there, they got good hearts, man. They just scrambling, trying to get the money, that stupid dollar.
Hollywood. This is real life, and Donald Trump just put the cartels in his crosshairs. If you've been following the news on the cartels, you would know that after Donald Trump revealed his plan to end the cartels once and for all, there was pushback from the cartels. They took over the borders, unleashing their guerrillas to rain terror and havoc on the innocent people who lived there. Their message? They wanted Donald Trump to know they weren't scared of him. Well, he heard them loud and clear, and his response? Missiles. Right into Mexico.
Our country is being poisoned from within by the drugs and by all of the other crime that's taking place. The drug cartels are waging war in America, and it's now time for America to wage war on the cartels.
Here's the million-dollar question. Is Donald Trump's plan a calculated strategy to combat the fentanyl crisis and dismantle the cartels? Or is it a ticking time bomb that could spark chaos on both sides of the border?
Mass deportations and military force against the cartels are just...
He said some of the dumbest stuff I've ever heard. He's made so many mistakes. I'm praying that he doesn't, history don't repeat itself. You know, the three people that got unalived at the Capitol, you know, all that stuff is just egg in his face. You know, if he can make things good again in America, and even for people that are struggling in Mexico, you know what I'm saying? You know, but it's hard for me to believe because I don't know. I just don't look at Trump and see a good guy. But sometimes you might not need a guy that's the nicest guy. You know, you don't need Barney as your president. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm a little, you know, not in tune with what's happening to the point where I could figure out if he's good for the country or not.
Just two things that Donald Trump has promised during his campaign.
Our country is being poisoned from within by the drugs and by all of the other crime that's taking place. The drug cartels are waging war in America, and it's now time for America to wage war on the cartels.
But the experts are saying the moment Donald Trump announced his plan to annihilate the cartels put their own plans in motion, get as many of their foot soldiers already smuggled into the U.S. before Donald Trump takes office, because you see,
he already did an idiot move Why would you alert them that you're coming? Why wouldn't you stay quiet until you attack? A guy who's gonna swing on somebody don't go, yo, hey, I'm gonna swing on you in a second, and then throw the punch. The guy's gonna dodge it. He's already letting me down.
See, it doesn't matter how hard he tries to dismantle.
Anybody that knows anything about having any sort of beef, any type of fight, you don't let the guy know the punch is coming.
Their operations in Mexico with missiles or military force. As long as they had people on the inside, their operations would thrive. And they're not just sending their people across the border into the US, they're sending their illicit drugs too, doubling, even tripling their export.
And with that comes the concern that the cartels will try to use the opportunity between now and Inauguration Day to smuggle as many people as they can across the border. That means the possibility of a surge in smuggling, and that's just people. Don't forget about the drugs.
Down in Cochise County, the county where the Mexico border wall is, people on the ground are already seeing an increase in cartel activity.
We're already seeing things actually ramping up here. This is where the wall ends. You can see the boundary here. The wall just ends. These people are running across.
Here's the thing. The border wall was not completed before Trump left office, so it just kind of ends where it ends, and people can just walk in from Mexico.
We just saw a guy literally clear these railroad tracks and disappear off into that community over.
All right, listen, I'm gonna end it right there. I can't tell if it's official or not. You know, it could be scare tactics. It could be, you know, I don't see it being the way they say it is. Listen, I'm gonna tell all y'all people something, and don't forget this. People have hidden agendas. So don't think while they're telling everybody, oh, we're gonna save you from the cartel. Don't think that they don't have another agenda, you know. And this is just speculation. Like I said, everything allegedly. You already know, Nunya. You a good dude. Yo. Listen, Nunya. I told you. I'm Robert Lopez on Facebook. You can also find me Spankdog Basement Click on Facebook. All right. And when you find the Spankdog Basement Click page on Facebook, you can find the Robert Lopez page because I cross post. Send me your address. I'm gonna send you the package like I sent Barbara, like I sent Chola, like I sent Matt Ritchie, like I sent Frankie Blanco. They all got packages. Ask them. You get what I'm saying? And I only did that for people that supported me at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So get me your address. Get me your address and send it to Messenger, Instagram. On Instagram, I'm BC Spankdog. All right. All right, cool. I respect that. But I'm telling you, if you want a little, I remember none of your business. You were the one that said, you said that before. I wasn't sure if it was you. I remember when you said, you don't gotta send me nothing. Send that to somebody else. That it'll make them happy. I'm good. That was you who wrote that before, right? You're a good dude, Nunya. I get a good vibe from you. I'm telling you, man. You know, me and my bro, you know, go check out my bro's channel. Go check out G'd Up Quinn, man. That's a good channel right there. Yeah, like I said, listen, man, get me your address and I'll send it to you. Definitely. So yeah, check out my bro's channel too. My bro's channel is G'd Up Quinn. That's GDUPKWIN. He's a good dude. A couple of my people that I got, they came from my brother's channel, you know. So, but I didn't want to really deal with the whole scare tactics thing with the cartels coming and all that. So there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. Let me go to my page. Yeah, man, me and my bro, we're good at sniffing out haters. You know what I'm saying? And you seem like a very good person. You know, guys that got evil in them, got hate in their blood, they can't help but say certain stupid shit. You know what I mean? we pick up on it. You know, we're very good at picking up on if people are lousy people or good people. You know, and like I said, I get a good vibe from you, brother. You know, matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, matter of fact, I got this right now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you the link right now. Nah, don't, man. You crazy? Yeah, go with your heart. Go with your gut and your heart all the time, man. Your heart and your gut will never steer you wrong. Oh, and that thing up here that they call your brain, that kind of helps too. So look, if you ever need to reach me, Nanya, I right there, brother. You know, if you ever need to hit me up for anything, that's my link right there. You hit that link, and you'll be able to get to me. All right. So anyway, let me see the history real quick. There was something else I was watching earlier that I wanted you guys to see real quick. Oh, yeah, this is the one thing I wanted to cover now. I was really on some, I didn't really want to do the Diddy thing no more. But we got to go back to it for a second. Because they found tunnels on the mansion, I believe. Now, this is in the channel's industry secrets, just so you know. You know, let me share real quick. Now, if this man hurt children in any way, shape, or form, I have no cares what they do to him. They could fry him. I don't care. I got no love for anybody that hurts children. If you hurt children, you can get the full force. Don't mess with the kids. The kids are the shining light on the earth, man. And if you don't feel like that, you's a sucker. Kids are the reason, man. Without kids, you know how many people wouldn't have nothing to strive for. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know somebody around me that's doing something low down, that it's not a good look for them. You know? So, but anyway, I wanted to see this and see if there was it made any sense them talking about the tunnels underground. Everything keeps leaning towards, because they already said sex trafficking in the indictment, but I'm just praying that it wasn't any children.
Yeah, y'all already know. Bro. Like, no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me. You heard? That Meek. Yeah, Meek.
Look at the tunnels.
No crazy way, Jimmy. Oh my God, bro. Are you kidding me? Come out here.
They just uncovered tunnels underneath his house.
Diddy's?
I'm telling you, what are the tunnels for? You know what I'm saying? For Cassie, I doubt it.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Meek Mill, once rumored to be Diddy's close confidant, and maybe more, has just dropped a bombshell. He's officially cutting ties with his bestie, but it doesn't stop there. Meek subtly spilled the tea about Diddy's alleged underground tunnels, which are now at the center of investigations into his infamous freak-offs. And here's the...
All right, this is industry secrets. You know I like to show love, especially when I'm reacting to something. So I'm going to hit the subscription. I wasn't subscribed, and I'm going to give them a like.
Kicker. Diddy's LA mansion is just steps away from the Playboy Mansion, infamous for its underground tunnels back in the 70s. Coincidence? Fans think not.
The tunnels.
They were saying Hugh Hefner might not have been as cool as everybody thought too, but I don't want to throw dirt on somebody's name due to speculation. So
From Diddy's house led to Hugh Hefner's house. That naked pool was down there long before Diddy was able to buy a home.
Jaguar.
It was Hugh Hefner's house where most of the offenses that the women accused Bill Cosby of.
It's crazy because he tried to hold her down and keep her down and do messed up shit to her and end her flow. She's a household name right now. Jaguar, right? The way P. Diddy used her and dismissed her, you would have thought you would have never heard from her again. And she is a household name. And the reason that is because everybody really, they were calling her crazy, a liar. And then when everybody found out that everything they called her crazy for and a liar about was true,
took place.
She didn't lie about nothing. A matter of fact, she said all that shit, and they were coming after people with lawsuits. She doesn't have one lawsuit filed against her. She said all that stuff, not one lawsuit. Why do you think that is? Because she was telling the truth, allegedly.
And everybody know Hugh Hefner was filming, had cameras in the wall.
I told you. And plus, if you, like I said, the Hugh Hefner thing, you don't gotta go on anything I said. If you look, there's documentaries that got proven things where you could learn about whatever was going on with the Playboy Mansion, like behind closed doors or whatever. You know, you can't believe everything you hear, read, and see or whatever on the TV. But like I said, it makes you wonder if there was some suspect stuff going over there too. I'm more concerned with if Diddy was hurting kids or not and stopping young talent. You know, my man seen me live the other day, right? So he's in the live with me and I see him, right? Poor Bieber.
Oh. Did anybody ever ask whether or not Bill Cosby had a freak off tape? Next thing you know, his son is dying. Next thing you know, all kinds of weird things keep on happening. All of that fame, all of that success.
My big thing with Bill Cosby was he used to talk so much crap about how the black people got to do better. And then he did that shit. I couldn't believe it.
If they really wanted to take him down with all of this, they should have did it in the late 80s or the early 90s.
Here's the plot twist. The same LA mansion linked to these rumors was quietly listed for a whopping $61 million, just 10 days before Diddy's September 17th indictment. Talk about timing. Fans are now speculating whether this was a panic move to offload assets before the heat caught up to him. Digging deeper into the story, it turns out Diddy's LA mansion isn't just close to Hugh Hefner's infamous Playboy Mansion. It's practically neighbors with other Hollywood elites, including Kylie Jenner. Before diving into Diddy's alleged involvement with tunnels, let's revisit the Playboy Mansion's murky past. In the 70s, Hugh Hefner's estate wasn't just a party spot. It reportedly had secret tunnels connecting to nearby celebrity homes, allegedly for private and questionable activities. These tunnels came to light when blueprints surfaced during renovations in the 2000s. While Hefner dismissed the claims, the detailed maps raised eyebrows. Now, with Diddy's LA mansion located just steps away from the Playboy property, speculation is mounting. Could he be using similar tunnels for his own purposes? Or is it just an eerie coincidence?
And actually built tunnels that connected the Playboy Mansion to the homes of these movie stars back in the 70s. These were discovered recently in a vault at the Playboy Mansion. John, this is not a joke. These are real blueprints. If you zoom in on the blueprint, now, okay, what we have here is on one side of it, there's the Playboy Mansion. On the other side of it, there's Warren Beatty's house, and they've constructed a blueprint for a tunnel to connect the two of them. Now, Jack Nicholson was Warren Beatty's neighbor, so he had his own little offshoot, and James Caan, so this he lived off in the other direction. The blueprints actually have their names on them. Northbound Tunnel to Mr. J. Nicholson residence.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So, I mean, was it like you move into the neighborhood and the homeowners association says like, hey, and by the way, we'll build you a tunnel directly to the Playboy Mansion?
I mean, these guys were having the party of their lives. These tunnels. Now, the reason that this was come across is that Playboy, the publishers of Playboy now, were researching an article about the 70th birthday, or an article about the history of Playboy and the history of Hugh Hefner, and they were going through old photos, and they found some photos of construction happening that were these tunnels, and they went to ask the current general manager of the Playboy Mansion, and this is what they said. Playboy.com about these photos. He said, very matter of factly, that's probably when they built the tunnels in the 70s. So they were like, what tunnels? What are you talking about, tunnels? There's these photos of the construction on these tunnels.
Yo, how wild is this? Look at what money. You know, this is why everybody wants to be rich, because it's like you can do stuff nobody else could do, and you can't be stopped. You know, that's not true. They stopped Diddy. But what I'm just saying is, listen, man, you got to be content. How many Rolls Royces do you need? How many mansions do you need before you feed a starving child? This is my big thing. And yeah, listen, I practice what I preach. You got to remember, like, people see me on this camera. You don't know what I do when I'm out there when it comes to helping people. You don't know what I do when it comes to helping friends, family. You don't know. So, like, for me to say, oh, you know, why you need 7 mansions, why you need 7 Bentleys, and you know there's kids out there hungry, because I mean it. I'm about that life. Anyway.
And so they went to investigate further, and they found in a vault in the basement area of the Playboy Mansion a bunch of blueprints. And this is where they discovered the actual blueprints of these tunnels, which were built. And apparently the tunnels were active until the late 80s when Hefner got married. And then the wife was like, Jack's not coming over. They covered up.
Hef got married, but he had 30 he had 30 foxes running around his crib at all times.
The holes.
Only imagine what an active tunnel to the Playboy Mansion would look like.
Can't imagine what was going on in those times. Can you imagine?
So,
all right, guys, listen, man. If y'all want to see the rest of the video, head to Industry Secrets. You know what I'm saying? I already gave him my subscription and my like. Stop sharing. Listen, man. All I could tell you people is be the best you could be. Be careful with that almighty buck. You know, I've seen, and definitely be careful with, listen, man, you already know, the 7 deadly sins, sex, money, drugs, all that type of stuff. Be careful, be careful, be careful. You know, and warn your children and teach your children to be good to people and all that type of stuff. Because not for nothing, the youngins are really, you know, the ones that are wild. When you see them running up in the department stores and stuff, that be the young kids, man. So, you know, if you're a parent, you know, especially if you're a team of parents, you know, if you got both your parents and they're telling you, be easy, be easy. You know, don't wait to learn the hard way. I've learned so many things the hard way. And when you get older and you notice time's running out, I'm 48 years old. You know what? In 2 years, I'll be 50. 12 years, I'll be 60. That's when you realize that you should have read the manual instead of like trying to figure it out. And it took you 3 years to figure it out manually when you could have read the manual and it would have took you maybe a week, 2 weeks. You know, there ain't no manual for life though. You know what I'm saying? Oh hell yeah, I was born in '76, Nanya. Born in '76. Yeah, you know. Yo, Nanya, man, you have a blessed night. I'm gonna let y'all go. I got a good documentary coming, a good edit coming for you guys. So I'm gonna make this the best documentary I put out. Souls of Hip Hop, Episode 2, De La Soul, coming soon. Much love, Nunya. I'll catch you guys later. Subscribe, comment, like, share, do jumping jacks, all that. Come on.